Finally, another recording day. Thank you for
Hello everyone.
the
Happy
past
July.
Hi guys.
Actually, happy August na by that. Actually, August by the time you guys get this.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's end
you're
of the
correct.
month.
Kamusta kayo?
Pagod
Ah.
ako.
Mabuti.
Not bad.
Hanging in
Summer.
there so far?
Mainit today.
May
Oh,
init
yeah,
dito
but-
sa amin.
Yes.
Sobrang
Kinda
init
hot
kanina
today.
nung lumabas kami.
Ilang araw na, 'di ba? Na parang
Yeah.
Malagkit.
30s tapos feels like almost 40s dahil ng humidity.
It's not my favorite like yung type ng factor na weather and environment kasi yung asthma ko. So I prefer staying indoors pag ganito kainit. But
Yeah.
well, I had to run errands earlier. So
Turn the AC on.
yeah, exactly.
All
Galing
day.
din akong grocery kanina. Ang init eh. Malagkit. Habang naglalakad ako pa uwi. Still, we have to endure the humidity. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure pagdating ng winter, we'll find something to complain about again.
We always
Oh,
winter,
mamimiss
so
natin.
I don't really complain.
I'm
about
starting to
winter.
like it a little bit just because like I feel like every year painit ng painit yung summer. So anyway, welcome guys to the show.
Yeah.
Hello! Welcome!
Mga kampon, buhay pa ba kayo?
As usual, the millennial titos and titas are already complaining. But anyway,
Puro reklamo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello! Welcome! Listeners,
welcome to the
hello!
show.
Hey guys.
Welcome,
Guys.
our camp. Angela, Jerky, Kay, Abad, welcome din.
So again, welcome to the show. This is our 5th episode already, right?
Mhm.
Yes, oh my god.
Mm-mm.
Yay.
Hopefully you guys got a chance to listen to our 4th episode. It's about Landian. I would like to put it that way. And then we had some feedback, right?
Yes.
on that
Oh yeah,
episode.
meron tayong listener feedback from our episode 4. Unang feedback. Fearless feedbacks. Can relate sa episode 4. Thank you. Listener from Cebu, Philippines. Wow, relatable yung episode natin. Ang galing naman. Another one is, listen to episode 4. Super entertaining, especially mga comments ni Jerky.
You're welcome.
Dovetailing doon sa letter B na yun, meron pang isa. Yung isa nating feedback, patungkol ulit kay Jerky, investigator daw si Tito Jerky.
Kaya mag-enroll na kayo. Mura lang yung tuition.
Skillshare. Use the promo code Basecamp.
Pwede yan, oo.
You receive
Tapos
10% off.
Tapos finally, meron tayong isa na listen to episode 4. I agree with Phil about reading one's body language. Unlike the hosts, nasa 20s ako when I ventured out to online dating. Match.com pa noon. And may negative connotation pa kasi hindi pa popular ang online dating that time. Kailan kaya yung...
Actually, totoo.
Yeah.
Totoo na
it's- Kahit ako personally, iba yung dating ko sa online dating. I don't want to use the word now and then, but it's okay.
Mhm.
Sa akin na lang yun.
Parang may sense of like, I think, just to add into that, na I think I can understand bakit may negative connotation. Kasi, ang initial idea is that you get to meet people through other people, which is fine, but nung nagkaroon ng advent nung online, parang people are just starting to realize na parang, hindi lang pala through like, word of mouth or like just me seeing someone in person. Meron ding other ways to do it. Pero, siguro yung safety, I guess, is one thing that's very,
Yeah, security.
security, yeah. Kasi like,
And
hindi mo
trust.
alam, diba? Oo, hindi mo alam kung sino yung imi-meet mo. Like, they could present themselves one way online and it could be
The
different.
Prince of Nigeria, ganyan.
Yeah, oo. Anyway, yeah. But thank you so much, guys, for the comments.
Thank you for the listener feedbacks.
Yes.
Nakatuwa na may nakikinig pala ng show natin. Joke lang.
Meron naman, I think a lot of them, like, they're not just commenting that much. Although I've seen a couple of, like, yung tinatag tayo. So, thank you so much, guys, for
Okay,
letting
Thank
us
you.
know. Yes.
Appreciate it, yep. Let us know what you think always.
Mhm.
Okay, so dun ang katapusan natin yung listener feedback. So hopefully next show, ay meron din kami marinig.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So moving on, I think we gave them a little preview of what we're gonna be talking about today from last episode. It's about wellness. Ano ba ang wellness? Ano ba sa inyong sariling definition ang wellness? Bawal mag-cheat ha, bawal mag-Google.
Okay.
So let's say maybe start with A.
Ako ba? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to like not say a lot kasi feeling ko marami tayong masasegue throughout the whole show. Pero for me, I would define wellness as like parang overall well-being ng isang tao. So it's very holistic. So
Yeah, that's the word.
we're not just referring like yung
Physical.
yung health nung katawan mo mismo, but it also involves like yung emotional health mo, yung psychological health as well. I don't really like the term wellness, to be quite honest.
It's like zen.
I prefer just using the word like, are you like healthy overall? Parang ganon. Kasi I think yung word na wellness, it's kind of marketed a little bit differently here in North America, na it sounded a little bit too privileged. Is what I
That is
think.
true.
Medyo, pwede nyo kontrahin dyan if you think, pero, kasi the way it was being marketed, yung mga activities, yung mga items na binibenta in order to promote wellness, it feels like it's targeting as just a specific market, and it's almost as if parang sa mga medyo mas well-off
Parang new age
individuals siya.
kind of thing.
Yeah, and I feel like, and I know like this sounds a little bit, yung medyo utopia type of like thinking. Pero for me kasi it's good if yung society is just like, yung baseline niya is just like people are just relatively happy and healthy. Parang ganon. So I don't so for me, yung the way minamarket yung wellness and some of the activities it seems like it's just being targeted towards like, let's just admit it, like Caucasian people, right?
True.
So that's that. And the way yung mga activities, how they're being marketed or practices, is just that it feels na merong parang underlying na shaming na parang, this is how you're supposed to practice this. And if you don't do it, it's not real, it's not authentic, you're not getting like the whole experience. So, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more, pero that's how I define it, and that's kind of like how, yung parang underlying perception ko about the term. So, anyway, that's it. Moving on to the next person.
Yeah, thanks. Kay? You ready?
Yeah. So wellness for me is it's really hard to define kasi I think people have this conception na wellness is is the same across people, but it's not. It's depende sa tao. For me, wellness is yung feeling na nakukuha ko after ko maglinis ng bahay. It's the feeling I get while I know, right? It's very personal. Yun din yung wellness for me is yung feeling na nakukuha ko pag tumatakbo ko. Yung feeling na yung concentrate ka lang sa isang task and all you're thinking of is yung taking the next step, and then you're gonna take another step after that and another step. Like, focus yung mind mo, wala kang ibang iniisip, yung mga ibang problema mo na like sa work or sa school or what have you. Like, hindi mo siya naiisip or it doesn't matter to you at that very time. I think yun yung mga times na I know that I'm on that wellness state. Yeah, so that's for me.
So it's like the absence of negative things.
Or keeping yourself occupied so that you don't think of those things. Something like that.
Okay. So kaya yung maglinis ng bahay.
Yeah. A feeling of satisfaction na rin kasi minachieve.
He did vacuum earlier, by the way, bago tayo nag-record.
Yeah.
Nag-vacuum siya.
Just to
So right
clear.
now, I'm wellness. I'm so wellness right
And
now.
he's having tea right now too. So yes, well.
Mhm.
Anyway, matanong ko lang, so yung sa running, hindi ito yung parang runner's high. Iba pa siya.
I think
It's like
that's
a
part of
precursor
it.
to it, or
I think that's part of it.
okay.
Yeah. Or, yeah, maybe it is part of it. So, yung wellness, definition na wellness is kind of drug-induced. It's natural,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, like your hormones and your chemicals
Yep.
in your body. Okay, fair enough. Tito Phil.
Wellness. So, kasi di ba parang pag tinignan mo yung wellness as a general, pag yung mga tao kasi ngayon, ito bago ko i-define, parang napapansin ko lang, yung mga tao parang ginagamit lang nila yung word na wellness, parang offhandedly, na parang, oh, wellness is this, wellness is that. Parang, ano ba talaga siya kung titingnan mo yung, so parang balance siya kung ako yung tatanungin, kung balance ka ba within your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, kung you're one with the universe, kung kung paano nila tatawagin yun. Yun yung wellness kung para sa akin kung tatanungin. Pero gearing more on siguro physical, kung sa akin yung wellness, at saka kung ano yung dinidictate din ng modern science.
Yeah.
Well, modern science is a compounded knowledge ng past. So, technically, science ng mga nauna-una pa. So, kung ano yung mabilis ako maniwala minsan sa mga sinasabi, oh, this is good for you, blah, 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 blah. Pero, kung ako yung tatanungin, wellness din is kung ano yung for me makes sense kapag sinabi nilang eto yung maganda para sa sarili mo. Kasi, kunyari, kung sa akin, hindi naman siya, I don't feel well or I don't feel good doing something na sinasabi nilang makakabuti sa akin. Parang magdadalawang isip ako na parang pang-wellness ba talaga siya? So,
Yeah.
yun.
Because
Para
it
sa
might
akin,
work for
balance.
others, might not work for you.
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
yun yung, yung definition ko ng wellness. It's about balance sa
And-
every aspect mo
I
as
like that
a
term,
human
yeah.
being.
So it's like almost holistic then
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
in all aspects. So for me naman, I think, okay ka na dito Phil, di ba? I can go on na.
Oo, okay na ako.
Sorry.
Hindi, okay na.
Same with what you all guys said. It's in a state of like you feel good in all aspects. Or maybe like a balance kasi you can't have it all. So let's say isa sa ng buhay mo is you're good, you're feeling good, but yung iba naman is not so. So I think that's still wellness. You're still on the positive side. Hopefully kapag nag-cancel out sila. And to A's point earlier, yung wellness na more of geared towards may mga privileged na people. To a point na minsan pag may makikita ka na infomercial or commercial sa TV na parang it's like false science. They're advertising it na kailangan mong gawin ganito, kailangan mong gawin ganyan, and then hindi naman siya really backed by science. And yun yung kaya minsan pag nakakita ko na gano'n parang it's quack.
Yes,
Yun
exactly.
yung una ko naisip, parang it looks cheap and it's quack. It's not backed by science. So, kagaya din yung sinabi ni Phil na siya may tendency siya na madaling maniwala, but he knows na may ganun siyang tendency. So what he does is he looks for testimonials probably and try it himself, and then if it works then he'll do it. If not,
Try
then,
it, yeah.
Yeah. You have to try it. Just don't take everything as they are, please.
Yeah. Meron akong gusto i-comment dun sa sinabi mo kanina na although parang most of us are in the consensus na parang it's like parang holistic state of being,
Yeah.
'di ba? Pero like you did mention na parang there will be days na parang okay ka like physically, like walang masakit sa'yo or anything like that, but somehow you feel off.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Pero I think if you are in that state na parang you recognize that you feel off, I think in a way that's also a component of wellness because you do recognize that something is not okay with you. And if you are trying your best to find ways in order to you to feel okay later on, then I think that's also a good thing as well. Like you don't really, because in reality, we're not gonna be okay 24/7, right? Like, one day may mga component ng buhay natin na it's not gonna be as balanced as the other things. So, I just kind of wanna mention that as well. But yeah, it's a good point that you mentioned earlier.
Ang pangit naman kung everyday hyper ka lang and then because you feel so well in all aspects.
Yeah, we're not
Ganun ba?
robots,
It's like
right?
you're on
So,
Prozac or something.
I don't know. Maybe someone will. I don't know. Anyway.
Perky.
But, but yeah, we're not robots, right? That's the point. So, there will be days that we're off.
Yeah, so we're coming back to Phil's comment earlier, balance.
Yeah.
So, Jerky, napansin ko lang din dun sa comment mo. Ewan ko, parang biglang habang yung may sinasabi ka regarding dun sa mga, yung mga taong nagpapakalat ng wellness. Ito gusto ko lang i-open up. Siguro pwede nating further explore tong part na to. Kasi di ba, kunyari, pumunta ka ngayon online sa Instagram, for example, napakarami ng mga, kunyari, wellness, dyan. Di ba, ako medyo ewan ko, parang pet peeve ko lang or medyo naiirita lang ako yung mga taong, nagsasabi sila, wellness expert sila, pero hindi sila backed by something.
By science
parang,
or...
paano mo nasabi yung sarili mo na wellness expert? Parang, kasi marami akong articles na nabasa, marami akong na-interview na tao. That's like, no, you're not an expert at all. Marami kang alam. Pero you haven't proven anything.
Yeah. That's the...
Yun yung pumapasok lang sa akin na parang sa wellness. Ito
like,
medyo
where
more
are your
outside
credentials?
na.
Right?
Parang, siguro we can explore later regarding doon.
Yeah.
Pero,
I
magandang...
think may point tayo about that earlier. So, ang dami ko ring feelings about it. So, let's go! I'm excited.
Simulan na natin.
So, parang ganito, di ba? Bumili ako ng bike a month ago. I'm an expert on cycling now.
Why not?
Marami ako nabasa article online. Ay, expert na ako.
Ang galing-galing mag-bike.
Go.
Yeah. So, anyway. So, those are our definitions of wellness. Kung ano man yung experiences namin. So, I think that's what contributed to what we see as wellness. Did you, like, ever since ba, like, are we consciously paying attention to it? Or did it start when we, let's say, for our physical wellness, did it start when one time you woke up wrong side of the bed literally and then you just have a back pain that you don't used to have when you were younger? Well, obviously I'm talking about age if it's a factor, right? So, is it? Or did you always have that, again, conscious effort on your part na to focus on wellness or be it like part of your daily life? Who wants to go first? Kay? Kay Abad, are you there?
Okay, I'll go first. So, for me, hard to say. I think nung bata ako, meron na kasi ngayon may condition ako. I think nung bata pa lang ako, nandun na siya eh. But me without the knowledge on what I'm feeling, hindi ko siya, like, I didn't know it was, like, kasi may mild OCD ako.
Okay.
So, I didn't know na OCD pala tawag doon. So, nung bata ko, hindi ko siya masyadong pinapansin. So, I thought I was well because I didn't know what I had.
Yeah.
But, going back to your previous question, age is kind of a factor but not really. Kasi sometimes these things you are kind of born with it, or maybe you develop it with experiences that you had. Now, these experiences, it can be while you were very young, or it can be very recent. So, age is, again, it's
one of the factors.
It's one of the factors.
Yeah.
And as for me, personal experience, I didn't really think about wellness until mag-move out ako. And until mag-work ako full-time. Kasi during that time, mas dumami na yung mga things na na-experience ko. Saka,
And you're being
mas dumami na yung
independent, right?
Yeah. So, increased responsibility. And those factors kinda triggered yung condition ko. So, yeah.
Yeah, and to add to your point, let's say, kasi na-bring up mo yung bata ka, I just realized na syempre, we're very dependent sa parents natin when it comes to food, like physical health or well-being. Nakasalalay talaga siya sa parents natin no? Kung ano yung pinapakain nila sa atin, or, di ba? I think that's how I see it. So, I think you're right. So, age is really one of the factors. Kasi hindi ka naman pwedeng, well, ako nung bata ako, mapili ako sa pagkain, but it's still, yung last say is yung parents mo kung nung healthy ipapakain sa'yo, di ba?
Now, nung medyo lumaki ka na, and you're making your own money, na ngayon na nandun na sa hands mo yung choice, yung freedom of choice.
May power
diba?
and control ka na.
Yeah, yung power and
over
control.
Your wellness.
Now, the thing is, you have all this power, but you don't know how to use it.
Yeah,
or you don't know where to use
comes
it.
great responsibility.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah, it's cliche, but it's actually true. Anyway, that's it for me.
Okay, thank you. A?
Ako hard yes. Ang na big factor yung age. Kasi since childhood, like I have asthma. So for me, I know like from the get-go my lungs are broken. So like for me, like there really is nothing that I can do about it except like maintenance. And yung maintenance na yun, it was mostly like prescribed medications, right? So puffer for a while. Like meron din akong like cough medicine. I got pneumonia at some point when I was a kid. So talagang broken na yung lungs. So like wala na akong magagawa. So even if like I wanted to be physically active, it's really hard for me. Kasi like how bad is this? I mean, I wouldn't say na mas worse yung mga asthma attack ko ngayon that I'm older. It is just because the length is a lot longer. Like, yung asthma attacks ko are a lot longer than it was. Pero ako, like, every month may asthma attack ako when I was a kid. So, it's really hard for me to convince na parang to exercise because, like, exercise induced my asthma and it's like, it's a no-go. Like, I would die. Like, I would literally die if I like, yung parang nag-overexert. So, it's mostly like, like, medication lang din talaga. Pero, like, in a way too, like, when I say hard yes dun sa age as a factor, kasi, when you're younger, you know you can do everything. You feel like you're healthy. Yeah. You feel like kahit magpuyat ka hanggang like 3 a.m., like mag-nod ka lang ng kahit anong gusto mong panoorin, the next day you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't even matter what time you wake up. You're gonna be okay. But as you grow older, like, you can't even drink as much as you used to, and you can't even sleep a lot later than you used to kasi you're gonna feel like ultimate shit the next day. So, that's how I started feeling when I got older, and then plus the fact nga na I still have asthma, like I knew I have to do something about it. So parang just a conscious effort to like sleep a little bit better, like getting a better sleep quality. Yung kahit na yung entertaining yung mere idea of like exercising did cross my mind, and I started doing it when I was a lot older compared to like when I was a lot younger. Kasi when I was younger, because again, that fear of like, I'm gonna get an asthma attack anytime is just in my subconscious. So I was kind of sedentary for the most part in like when I was a kid. So
it started early on your part.
Yeah, like, and technically you don't really, like, pag bata ka, pag sinabihan ka ng parents mo, sometimes you're like, oh, I feel good, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But when in fact, totoo yung mga sinasabi nung mga parents na parang huwag ka masyadong magpa-late ng tulog or something to that effect. So you can actually feel the effects of that when you're a lot older. So that's why yung effect or yung definition ng wellness or yung how important it is kinda has more weight when you're a little bit older than when you were younger. Is what I think.
Thanks for that. Tito Phil, what about you?
Is age a factor as part of awareness?
Like, is
Yeah.
it sort of correlated?
Yes. Sa nakikita kong trend, hindi lang sa akin, kundi sa mga kakilala ko, friends
Mhm.
ko, family members, yes. So speaking for myself, base sa mga pinagdaanan ko na sa 18 years ng buhay ko dito sa ibabaw, sa mundong
Wow.
ibabaw.
Nasa 7th level of
Wow!
hell ka na ni ni Dante. Of Inferno.
Oo nga eh. Um,
Napabilang
levels
ako
ba?
18? Parang okay.
Oo, 18. 18 years of experience, existence here on Earth.
Naalala ko lang yung
So,
sa Golden Girls. In what? Dog years?
Pagbigyan
sorry, go ahead,
okay
go
na
ahead.
yan.
so para sa akin, oo. Kasi habang nabanggit nyo marami na rin kayo nabanggit yung unang-una, yung kay A na, yun nga, habang tumatanda ka, syempre yung katawan mo, physically, hindi na siya ganda nung bata ka. Mabilis ka nang mapagod, mabilis ka nang, basta marami na lumalabas sa yung fine lines and wrinkles mo, yung crow's feet, nandyan na. So, the realization of life is dumadating na sa'yo. So, it comes with the responsibilities too. Which, yung, the more na nagkakaroon ka ng availability to do whatever you want on earth, dumarami rin yung responsibilities mo na kapag nakikita mo is dati ginagawa ng ibang tao for you.
Mhm.
Parang kahit tumatanda ka, kahit may pera ka, pwede ka magbayad ng ibang tao to do certain things in your life, iisipin mo pa din yun eh. Tapos sa'yo na lang, sa sarili mo, habang lumalaki ka, depende rin sa upbringing mo, kung paano ka binring up na you should take care of yourself. You should always ask yourself, am I doing okay? Am I happy? Am I happy with doing okay? So, hindi lang sa physical parang naging emotional din. And of course, another part din nung kumbaga, bakit ko sinasabi na age is a factor is yung information kasi ngayon, di ba sa internet?
Mhm.
Kumbaga, nagbabrowse ka lang, may magpa-pop up na parang, kaya sa Facebook, may kita mo na parang top 10 things na ginagawa ng mga millionaires na blah blah blah, ganito. So ito
They have all the
nakaka-affect
time
na yun
in the world.
Yeah, so yung mga ganun, yung mga external factors, tas yung mismo sa'yo within, parang unti-unti mong nalalaman yun na the more that you have the information, the more na parang mas nagiging hands-on ka sa sarili mo, sa sariling wellness mo. So,
So it's how you use
yeah.
that information for your wellness.
Yun yung sa akin, kumbaga, yes, and yun yung reasons. Kung paano ako naka-arrive dun sa sagot ko na yes.
Okay. So I guess for me, yes, age is definitely a factor. But for me, the way I see it, I don't have the discipline. So for me, it's always have been reactive. So kapag nandyan na, sumasakit na yung likod ko, then that's when I'm gonna start doing something about it. If I wake up in the morning grumpy than the day before, then I'm gonna start thinking, oh, maybe I should sleep better or sleep early or do something, about it. Maybe take some meds if I have to. Yeah, but then again, my answer is still yes. It's definitely a factor. And then going back to Kay's point earlier, na it also correlates with your independence. Like when you're young, like your parents made the decisions for you, so your health or your wellness is really on their hands, right? And then when you slowly becoming more independent, that's when you're taking control over your own wellness.
May question ako dun sa sinabi mo earlier. Like when you say you're very reactive on something instead of like the preventative side of things. Like meron kang threshold ng pain. Kasi ako, for example, like if I have a really bad headache, and it usually happens like kunyari sobrang init or I didn't get enough sleep for like maybe 48 hours in a row. Like masakit. So I'll take something. I'll try not to take anything like medication or painkillers unless like yung tipong nakakaiyak na yung sakit. Yun yung parang, I guess, threshold ko.
Mhm.
Para, so that I can, or it's like, and I guess usually when I take the medication na ganyan, like, I'll feel a little bit better, so it will help me sleep a little bit better. Pero ikaw ba, like, parang, hindi wala akong gagawin until, like, X level of pain na yung maramdaman ko.
Ang problema sa akin is, wala akong ganun. Marirealize ko lang na, kaya pala ganun yung nangyari sa akin because of this.
Mm. So, iniinda mo lang, parang wala lang.
Parang ako, gumising ako, masakit yung ulo ko, pero hindi ko alam kung bakit. And then
okay.
I will come to
Hindi mo
realization,
inaalam.
kasi 1 hour lang ako natulog, so I have to do something about it. Right?
Okay.
Oh.
Na parang, tumakbo ako ng 10 kilometers today, hindi ako, tapos nalimutan ko mag-stretch, kaya pala masakit yung katawan ko.
Okay.
Yung mga
Actually, may gusto lang ako idagdag. Kasi,
Mhm.
may isa pa akong sakit. Again, madami ko sakit. Na chronic pain. And yung experience ko dyan is, yung nagsimula siya sa konting pain. And every day, kasi chronic, di ba? So, every day, lagi ko siyang nararamdaman. It comes to a point na nasasanay ka na sa pain. And you don't really, like yung threshold mo, ever moving upwards. So, it's kinda hard to, like, it's not a reliable way, like, to set thresholds. I think a better way that I found to deal with those is yung mindfulness, na imbis na magsiset ka ng parang threshold na, pag nandito na sa point na to, I'll stop. And then, pag dumating ka dun sa point na yun, parang, I think I can still do it. So, maybe on the next level, I will stop. Rather than that, what I've been finding is, it's better if you, like, just mind, yung mindfulness, just look, just be conscious.
Define now, parang
like
ganun.
right now, what am I feeling?
So, like, do a reflection, like, ano ba to ngayon? Bakit ba nangyayari
Something
to?
like that, yeah. Na naisip ko lang. Dahil dun sa binring up mo na threshold. Anyway, continue.
Yep.
Okay. I guess my next point is, like, let's do a comparison. Like,
Yes.
for me and Phil, kami yung medyo mga last na dumating dito sa Canada. So, we had, I think there's some of comparison na sa buhay namin before sa Philippines and dito. And I want to ask you guys, like, well, all of us, meron bang difference between, like, how people pay attention to the idea of wellness? Is it a priority? Again, wellness, we can throw in as well, like, stress, how we deal with it, mental health issues, because that's part of our wellness. Any differences or similarities? Phil, sorry to put you on the spot, but you're the last one. Ikaw ang last import ng Canada.
Import. Wala tayong made in the Philippines, pero yeah, parang basketball, import
Yeah.
si Phil.
Import ako eh.
So, ano ba? Bago ka ano ba mga trend noon sa Pilipinas? Zumba na ba? Mga
Zumba.
Tai Chi, mga ganun. Ano bang meron noon? If you can remember. And
So,
how do people, is it a priority for Filipinos?
So, umalis kasi ako dun, 16 years old lang ako eh. So,
Okay, so 2 years ka na dito.
di ba?
Okay.
2 years na ako, so 18
Kasi
na
you're
ako
just
ngayon.
18. Okay.
So, 16 ako nung nag-migrate papunta dito. Tapos, bakit? 16 talaga
Tawa
ako.
lang ako. Sige, tuloy.
Sige, tuloy. Panindigan mo. Go.
So teens pa ako noon. So, ang napapansin ko, syempre, as a 16-year older sa Pilipinas noon, parang more on aware sila, pero recently lang.
Okay.
Parang, siguro, nung sabihin na natin mga early 2000s, doon lang parang nagiging boom yung wellness advertisements, wellness business, and yung tipong napapansin mo, part of people's earnings really go to the betterment of themselves.
Gym membership.
And it's not just physical. It's not just physical na parang for hospital lang. No. So, yung mga, gym memberships, going to therapy, for example, parang narinig ko lang sa early 2000s eh. So, yun yung una kong nakita, yun yung naaalala ko na parang how it is in the Philippines. So, tapos, nung nagpunta ako dito, parang tapos so, doon nagpunta na ako dito no, sa Canada, parang ibang level yung awareness na eh. Parang, siguro sa Philippines, start pa lang siya, yung awareness ng mga tao, culture-wise, so different
Early
sa
2000 si 2004 ka pinanganak, sira ulo.
O, mga ganun. May ano na ako, may diwa na ako noon.
Wow! Pitos
Oo,
pala!
Oo, nararamdaman ko na yun kasi napaka-sensitive ko.
Wow.
So,
Okay,
So,
sige, tuloy mo lang.
talagang paninindigan ko yun.
Hirap pag sinungaling, no? Kailangan daming tandaan.
So, nung nandito na, parang ibang-iba yung level nung ano. So, parang ang bata pa ng awareness sa mga Philippines. Pero feeling ko din kasi depende sa culture, kaya medyo iba.
Yeah.
Is kasi more traditional mag-isip ang mga tao sa Philippines. So, parang papasok doon yung generation eh.
And I don't think it's a priority. It's something to do with economics then and
That's true.
demographics.
Oo.
Right.
Pwedeng yun din. Kasi parang since third world country ang Philippines, so mas pipiliin nila na pagkain, shelter, parang ano ba yan? Yung mga
Food,
ganun.
shelter,
Kasi
clothing,
syempre,
3 basic needs.
Oh.
Ganyan.
So para sa ating mga listeners, kasi syempre, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, hindi kasi libre ang healthcare sa Pilipinas. Kaya, iba yung pakikitungo nila pagdating sa kalusugan at saka pagdating sa basic needs. So, yun yung napansin ko. Pero as time goes on nga, nung umalis ako doon, mas which is okay kasi
Nagpipick up na
kailangan
siya.
kailangan maging aware din yung mga tao kasi kung hindi mahirapan ka mag-adapt, mahirapan ka mabuhay sa panahon ngayon. So, yun. That's my answer.
Okay, so since ako yung pangalawa sa bagong dumating, ako naman, I guess hindi ako nagpe-pay attention before. Although may gym membership ako noon, but I'm just doing it so I can use the pool doon sa hotel. Yun lang yung purpose
Fitness
ko noon.
first?
Ha? No,
Fitness
sa
first
ano
ba
ko,
ito?
Golds. Tapos yung
Golds.
intercon, may intercon pa noon, you can use the pool sa hotel intercon.
Part
Sure.
yun ng work benefits nyo?
No, have to pay extra. You have to pay out of pocket, I mean.
Pero offered through your work?
May ibang work na may discount, parang partners yung
Ah.
company. So you get a company rate or a discounted rate. So anyway, for me I'm not really paying attention kasi for me yung eating healthy, it's so expensive, to be honest.
Totoo.
It's a privilege. Like I think guys we're talking about it like the Subway sandwich from before, right? I think
Yeah, no,
couple
isang
of days
araw.
ago, yeah.
Na-bring up
if I
na lang
remember
naman si Mang
correctly,
Subway.
Si Subway sandwich is marketed as a healthier option to your fast food na competitors. But a sandwich is like 120, 150 pesos or up to 200 depende sa orderin mo. And a
Mga
burger
3
at
bucks,
Jollibee is like 25 pesos. So it's no brainer. Just have to eat. Don't care if it's healthy or not.
Well, kaya nga
Laman
rin
tiyan.
fast food, diba?
Yeah.
Kasi you wanted it quick and fast.
Yeah.
Regardless of health values. Like
So I
content.
think sa Pilipinas, the way I see it, it's more of a survival than the wellness itself. So I think, so it's more of a privilege, to be honest, and I'm not really paying attention because maybe I'm on that demographic na I'm trying to survive first before I focus on my well-being and being healthy.
Tsaka diba kung estudyante ka, like ano lang yung perang baon na bigay sa'yo
Exactly.
ng nanay at
Diba?
tatay mo.
You're
Pagkasyahin
living
mo,
on
bahala ka dyan.
instant noodles.
Kung mapapadpad ka sa karinderya o sa fishbowlan, yun lang ang anuhin mo. Diba?
Yeah. Anyway, again, that's how I look at it. So I don't think it's like a priority back there at home. But now I think it's picking up. I see a lot of friends na they have gym memberships. They're promoting eating healthy, things like that. As compared here sa Canada na I think almost everyone has access to it. Or if they choose to live healthy, they can. It's easier.
And they're doing something about it too. Kasi sa, di ba, sa Pinas parang minsan alam na nila may problem pero hindi nila tinitake ng action. Parang ganun minsan.
Kasi nga baka hindi priority,
Hindi
I guess.
talaga siya priority. Eh dito, di ba, ang food natin kailangan may calorie count. Yung label. It's
Exactly.
mandatory. Doon pa lang kita mo
Di ba nga Maslow's hierarchy of needs, di ba? And it's a pyramid. So, unless ma-fulfill mo yung bottom ng triangle, you can't really move up.
Hindi ka
Yeah.
pwedeng tumaas.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kasi like third world nga, tulad nga nung sinabi nyo kanina, di ba? Like parang, kung third world ka at parang sobrang limited yung resources na ma-access mo based dun sa cash na meron ka. Like, you have to prioritize. And unfortunately, some things will get segregated at the back. Diba?
So, conclusion, balik ta rin ang Tatsulok. Joke lang.
Yeah. Why not?
How about you, A? Anong masasabi mo? Do you remember anything from before or just your personal condition na may asthma
Ay,
ka?
hindi. Ako susunod. Di ba?
Ikaw ba?
Sige,
Oh,
sige.
sige.
Mauna ka. Sige,
Youngest to
ikaw.
shortest
Lol
to
ka,
longest
hindi ka dyan.
stay, di ba?
Sige.
O, hindi ko na dinideny na ako pinakamatanda, no? So,
No,
okay
no,
lang.
no,
Okay, go.
No, hindi pinakamatanda. Pinakamatagal.
Sige na,
Pinakamatagal
ako
sa
na.
Canada.
Ako na, guys.
Ikaw naman.
Sige.
Na-reveal tuloy yung katotohanan.
Ako, okay lang ako. Ewan ko sa inyong tatlo. Denial kayo lahat. Okay, go, Kay.
Yeah, so, yung question is yung differences, di ba?
Yeah, and let's compare and contrast.
Like Phil and Jay, nung nasa Pilipinas ako, I didn't really pay much attention to it. And magko-concentrate ako sa mental health rather than like physical health. Kasi yun yung that's where I have experience in. So mental health, people then don't really discuss it. And pag sinabing may mental health issues ka, ang implication nun is you belong in a mental institution. That's yun yung nararamdaman kong whenever people were talking about mental health nung nasa Philippines ako. And usually kung magsasabi ka ng this is kind of sad, pero kung mag-open up ka to people about mental health, usually ang sasabihin sa'yo is parang huwag kang maarte or kulang ka lang sa dasal, kulang ka sa faith, weak yung kulang
Pakisabi, dasal.
Kulang ka sa dasal, sa faith.
Iba yung narinig ko
Weak yung relationships mo with family, yung mga ganung bagay.
Yeah.
So, hindi tayo ganun ka-open about mental health and wellness sa Philippines. Usually, ang isa pang reaction na, eto based na to sa mga nakikita ko sa social media. Saka dun sa mga naririnig kong kwento sa mga family members ko na sa Philippines. Not necessarily nung nandun pa ako. Pero sabihin na you have everything, like may trabaho ka, may kotse ka, may bahay ka, but bakit mo sinasabing you're not feeling okay? Parang hindi mahirap i-grasp yung situation na you could have everything.
It doesn't exist sa ano nila.
You can have everything in the world and not still be feeling well. And that's fine. It's fine. It's normal. And I think the more na dinedeny mo, you're just gonna make it worse. Anyway, I think I'm veering off the topic.
No, it's still part. Yeah, you're comparing it. It's fine. I actually forgot about it, and good thing you pointed out. Sorry, I'm gonna steal some of your time. So yeah, since you brought it up, so yeah, sa Pilipinas almost walang concept ng mental health or wellness, and kung meron man, it's really extreme. Kagaya ni sinabi mo, if you have a condition, it's like you belong to a mental institution. Kaagad.
Yeah.
Right. So, and yeah, I think it's one of the contrasting na bagay when you're talking about mental health sa Pilipinas at saka dito sa Canada. Although dito kahit you have to admit meron pa ring stigma, pero
yeah,
it's more acceptable.
Yeah, meron pa ring stigma,
right.
But I think people are more open to kunyari, nag-open up ka to someone na may issues ka, ang una na sasabihin na, oh, are you seeing someone about it? Are you getting the help you need? Which I appreciate kasi yun yung the better way of going about it instead na i-criticize yung character mo. So that's what I like about this. Yeah,
that is true. Anyway, let's go back to A.
Okay. I guess yung experience ko is mostly like during my stay here, diba? Kasi actually when you calculate, like yung time na in-spend ko dito and in-spend ko sa Philippines is about the same time na this year. So, anyway, with in regards to like sa North American culture, like specifically here sa Canada, you did guys mention na may stigma, but it's a lot less. But I'm not saying na it's perfect. It still has room for improvement.
A lot
kasi,
of improvement.
Kasi kumbaga kahit papaano, like may mga government agencies that can help you out. Counselors sa schools are, I think, I would assume they are well trained sa mga gantong issue and everything. Bullying, I think, is still like a big thing. So, once it starts affecting yung mental health ng mga tao, it gets a little bit tricky. Yung experience ko culturally, like I guess as like a Filipino Canadian, I have a lot of issues with this kasi I mean, syempre, yung parents ko, like, they're boomers, right? So, I mean, I'm not taking it against them, pero iba kasi yung culture, iba yung generation,
Correct.
yung time frame na kinalakihan nila. So, the
totally
practices, the
world.
beliefs are way, way different to where, like, kung nasaan tayo, like, right now. And, since my background ako sa psychology, like, it's really difficult for me to explain, for them to understand when I'm trying to explain it to them kasi, like, they just, like, totally disregard it. And I can't really blame them kasi yun na yung kinalakihan nila, diba? Ang issue ko kasi is that, when you talk about mental health, and I'm just gonna specifically focus on mental health here kasi, parang, ano siya dahil wala kasing recognition na ang psychological or mental health issues is a disability. Hindi siya nare-recognize kasi invisible disability siya. So, it's something that you feel inside you as a human being. Pero hindi siya tulad ng napilay ka, may saklay ka, or like napilayan ka for a few weeks, may kas ka, na may physical, like, na para, nabalian siya ng buto and will be on a cast for like a few weeks, di ba? Pag may mental health issue ka, pag may depression ka, may anxiety ka, it's all happening in your brain. And depending on how severe it is, it can vary from person to person and it can get very lethal. Like that's just what it is, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero tulad ng sinabi ni Kay, because it's invisible, and it's because happening within your body na hindi naman na-detect ng stethoscope or ng, blood test or anything like that. It's always being associated with your emotions na parang yun nga, ang dami mong drama, ang dami mong arte, and also like i-associate na rin natin sa economic standing mo as a Filipino. Like, unfortunately, dahil hindi libre ang mental health at hindi naman ganun ka-widespread ang access ng mga tao sa facilities, 'di ba? Like, let's admit it, yung mga mayayaman nang may access sa therapies. So, kung ikaw may access ka sa therapies and you get diagnosed with a certain condition, lelebelan pa na parang sakit ng pangmayaman, which is not the case. Kasi tulad ng sinabi ni Kay, like, you could be earning well, like maybe upper to middle class, you can buy everything you want na hindi ka naghihirap necessarily or hindi ka maabot dun sa pecha de peligro. But if you don't feel okay, it doesn't, like, mental health doesn't discriminate in that regard na parang, kung meron ka niyan, if i-afflict ka niyan, kumbaga, it doesn't matter kung ikaw yung milyonaryo or whatever. So, yun yung main beef ko about like yung differences. And the other thing is that, medyo segue ito ng konti, yung about yung sinasabi ni Kay na parang, when they say mental health issue, automatic, saan ka mapupunta, like sa institution,
sa
diba?
Mandaluyong, laging ganun yung
yeah, and this is kind of unfortunate. So I have like family members na they associate yung LGBT as a type of that. Like,
Oh,
a
no,
mental health
really?
issue siya. Yeah, and it's always been a constant struggle. I'm not, parang hindi ako direktong involved in that kind of like disagreement kasi I've always just been hearing that from like other family members, but because we have a couple of family members na gay.
Yeah.
And like ina-associate nila doon, and like and I said this could be a totally separate
Oh my
episode
God.
like in the near future, pero I have like issues about that. So yung knowledge is, there's a big gap, and until hindi mafulfill I think yung knowledge, not just awareness of it, kasi yung awareness, aware ka, pero kung hindi mo iintindihin, like that's not gonna bring you anywhere. So,
So you have the knowledge, but you have to do something with that knowledge, right? It's
Yeah,
how you
kasi
process it.
yeah, because I would assume like yung mga tao ngayon, like because they do have access to the internet kahit papano naman, na they are aware of it, pero like, if you have, even if you're aware, but if you refuse to believe, then there's really no point. So, unfortunately, like there is a long way to go. With that, even like yung pag-handle ng stress, 'di ba? And again, this is very, like, again, as economic status na rin, na parang kailangan hustle ka all the way, kasi kung hindi ka hustle all the way, walang mangyayari sa iyo, wala kang mapapakain sa pamilya mo, 'di ba? And so sometimes yung magpahinga ka or mag-relax ka, sometimes may stigma siya na parang tamad mo naman, parang ano ba yan, hindi ka ba continuously mag-work, parang walang acceptance na parang yung katawan mo can only handle so much, and not everyone has the same threshold of like stress that you can inflict upon one's body, di ba? So like marami akong issues, pero yun lang yun muna. Bakit mapahaba pa to episode so
Okay, thanks, A. So, ayan, wellness. So, anong mga ginagawa natin towards that? Di ba, wellness, parang it's sort of also setting like a goal. It doesn't matter if it's a big or small goal towards the positive side na state mo, kasi wellness nga, di ba? Ano yung mga ginagawa nyo to make sure na, halimbawa, mental health, you don't feel okay? What do you do to, go to a place where you feel you're okay, you're doing better? And then sa physical, like, do you have any physical activities? Do you have gym membership? Ano yung mga ginagawa natin? Who wants
Ikaw ba
to
muna?
start?
Ikaw muna, kasi ikaw
Ako muna
na
ba?
last time. Oo.
Okay. Pinagkaisahan ako dun.
Hindi, bakit hindi?
So for my physical wellness, I'm into running. Well, mostly jogging and walking, not really running. And ang story behind ng running and walking and jogging ko is it stemmed out from my mental health, my mental wellness. Hindi ko nabanggit kanina, so I was diagnosed with GAD like some 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And then I was on meds, started gaining weight. I had to do something about it. And that's when I turned into running. And then recently, dahil ng COVID, napunta naman ako ng konti sa cycling. So yun yung parang...
Yaman! Joke.
Hindi rin. Na-impluensyahan lang. So, to compensate or para, I think the way I look at it, para ako nasa retail therapy din at the same time. Kasi may mga kailangan ka sa bike, kailangan mo siyang bilhin.
Tumatawa yung isa dyan kasi
Can I go
can
next?
relate.
Dali! You had your chance.
Sandali!
Anyway, so cycling naman ako ngayon, and then, well, based on that, meron na akong, for my mental health, meron na ako for my physical health. Ang hindi ko lang talaga magawa ng paraan is yung pagkain ko. I eat
Mahirap
whatever.
if you're living alone. Well, si Phil, ask mo si Phil kasi mag-isa rin siya. Pero like, I do feel it's a little bit difficult.
It is
Kasi mahirap
difficult.
magluto.
And wala akong
pang
disiplina.
isang tao. Lipat ka na kasi malapit dito sa area
Yeah.
namin.
Yung mga tira-tira namin.
Dito sa, ko,
Wag naman
paglabas ko,
tira
diba,
namin.
nandun na lahat ng fast food, nandun na lahat ng restaurant. So, pati yung bulsa mo, walang disiplina. Anyway,
True.
so yun yung akin. That's what I do. So it's physical, running, cycling. For my mental health, I would include retail therapy. Nagsarado yung therapist ko, so I don't have a therapist. If you know anyone that you can refer me to, I need one.
Baka pumunta ka sa government website.
I'm so tamad.
Okay, just to let you know yung mga listeners natin na sa Philippines. So, I'm not entirely sure how the other provinces work, pero dito sa, at least dito sa province namin dito sa Ontario, like if you have issues like that na binring up mo sa general practitioner mo, they can actually refer you to a therapist, and then parang may screening
May interview.
Chuva na kailangan mong sagutan. And then, based dun sa needs mo, imamatch ka nung database dun sa potential match sa'yo.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang dating, charot.
Yeah.
Listen to episode 4. Anyway. So, pero yeah, diba? Like, ganun siya. So, parang may I don't know. I think it's a good service. Well, we pay for it, right?
It is. And mine was free. Like, I thought I have to pay for it because yung before the therapist ko, I have to pay for it. But this one, when I went to my family doctor, yung referral sa psychiatrist, it was for free.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm just making fun about it now, but you guys know I wasn't like this before. I just what the hell? I don't care anymore. It is what it is, and I have to deal with it. So, all good.
That's where our taxes go.
Huh? Yeah.
That's where our taxes go.
Yeah. True. Okay, so kay Abad, anong tabing ilog story
Okay,
mo?
tabing ilog story. So, yeah, what I do to take care of myself is very similar kay Jay. I don't know why. Maybe we're just influencing each other. I don't know. Maybe idol ko
BFF.
siya. I don't know. So, first of all, running. That's what I started with. Although, running helps me with dun sa isa ko pang sakit, yung chronic pain. So, ang gusto ko sa running is that while I'm doing it, I think about nothing else. It's just one foot, put your foot, put your one foot in front, and then the next one, the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. Like, blank yung isip ko. And most of the time when I'm running, I don't listen to music. I don't listen to anything. So, blank yung isip ko. So, that helps me. Another thing I do is cycling recently. Dahil na rin sa COVID kasi hindi ka makatravel.
Yeah.
I think naghahanap yung brain ko na parang, I need to go somewhere. How do I go somewhere by myself na not running? Kasi running, limited yung range mo. So, kaya ako nagsimula magbike. Third, retail therapy dahil dun sa bike. So, ang nakakainis doon,
kopyahan ba to? Like, no,
ang
bawal
nakakainis
na,
doon is bibili ka
kopyahan.
ng bike, but it's not the end of it. Yung mga accessories mo, yung
It
mga
doesn't
stuff mo,
end.
it's like, I'm approaching like half of the cost of my bike, which is like stupid.
There's a term for that. I'm Googling it
Yeah.
now.
Anywho, while you're Googling that, aside from that, nag-therapy din ako for a while. Kasi ang nangyayari sa akin is, I get like really severe, I got a really severe panic attack na akala ko na heart attack ako. So, I went to a hospital. I got blood tests and everything. Sabi nung doktor, parang, okay naman yung blood work mo, but check mo sa doktor mo kasi that sounds like a panic attack. So, nung nagpunta na ako sa doktor ko, doon na, nirefer ako. Tapos, I didn't really go to a psychiatrist kasi takot ako sa drugs na, well, not drugs, like medicine.
Really?
Ayoko nang,
Meds.
medyo takot ako sa yung mga psychoactive na medical.
Yun nga yung masaya dun.
I know, but like, feeling ko may addictive personality din ako eh. So, baka maging reliant ako. And, yun din tanda ko yung yung interview ko dun sa government agency na nagmamatch with the psychiatrist, ang sabi ko sa kanya na as much as possible, gusto ko muna i-try yung like mental techniques to deal with it. Like, I'd rather not take drugs or yung medicine. So, na-assign ako dun sa therapist ko.
Okay.
Hindi ako na-diagnose really, pero sabi niya, meron akong tendencies, yun yung specific word na ginamit niya kasi hindi siya pwedeng mag-diagnose. Sabi niya, may tendencies daw ako towards OCD, tapos may pagka-perfectionist daw ako. Yun ang pagkakasabi sa akin. So, I guess, looping back, yung running and cycling, yung physical stuff, pag occupied ako sa doing a physical activity, napupush out ko yung unwanted thoughts or unwanted stimulus. So yun, that's how I take care of myself. And I find na it's kind of weird kasi I've been running for like close to 5 years now. If I don't run for more than 3 days, like I go crazy. Like maikli yung pasensya ko, medyo cranky ako, yeah. So I really think na, and binring up ko rin dun sa therapist ko. Sabi niya, yeah, that's a very good that's very good therapy that you're doing. Sabi niya, ituloy mo lang yan.
Anyway, yeah, going back to yung sa retail therapy when it comes to it's gear acquisition syndrome, GAS or GAS.
Oh yeah.
So it never
stops. Same with cameras. I think yun nga my experience with gear acquisition syndrome is yun nga may pagka obsessive personality ako. Diba? But I find it kind of helps na sometimes I would stay nights. Like I would spend late nights doing research into stuff like bike equipment or cameras or whatever. And I feel good doing it. I don't know if that can be categorized as therapy or a symptom of nung
No, you're just doing your research. You're buying something. You don't want na uninformed decision.
No, but the act of research, right?
That's fine. I think it's normal, but the act of research is normal. But how much research are you doing? I think that's the question.
That's the question that I don't want to answer kasi it's too much. Anywho, that's it for me.
Yeah. So who's next? A or si Tito Phil na 18 years old lang daw?
Si 18 years old muna.
Okay, sige. Kung sino yung pinakabata.
Una. So, ako naman, how I take care of myself. So, ewan ko kung napapansin ng ibang tao sa akin. Ako kasi yung bigla ako nagzo-zone out. Pero in a way kasi for me, pag nagzo-zone out ako, yung parang ako lang yung pinapansin ko lang yung sarili ko, I do things on my own. I think parang natural protection ko siya, parang kapag na-overwhelm ako or to level to kumbaga parang hindi ko alam kung coping mechanism or basta it's a part of taking care of myself. Kumbaga parang, for example, ewan ko kahit sa inyo kung minsan papansin nyo na parang pag magkakasama tayo, bigla akong nawawala. Yung parang ako lang, yung parang okay, parang wala akong pakialam sa mundo. Alam ko parang medyo kakaiba yun. Pero yun yung napapansin kong ginagawa ko. And I think it's way na para protektahan ko yung sarili ko na hindi ako masyadong mahirapan sa nangyayari sa mundo. Kasi ako kasi minsan yung ginagawa ko kasi hindi rin ako masyadong expressive sa mga minsan nararamdaman ko. Madaldal ako, oo, pero kung ano yung talaga nangyayari sa sarili ko, minsan hindi ko sinasabi yung puro segue. Kumbaga, so I do things a lot. Kumbaga sa isang araw, I need to have siguro at least mga 30 minutes to 1 hour. Ginagawa ko ako lang. Siguro kahit I live with someone else, kailangan sabihin ko sa kanila, I have to do this on my own. Don't bother me.
So may parang
yun yung
meditate, ganun? Nagme-meditate ka or...
Ewan ko, kasi minsan para pwedeng siguro passive meditation or pwede rin siya active meditation. So by active meditation, may ginagawa akong something.
Okay. So,
For
Hindi yung
example,
tulalay. Hindi yung
Yeah, so,
tulalay ka lang,
halimbawa
hindi
pala,
naman.
magkakausap tayo tapos biglang tumahimik ka tapos parang yun na yun, ginagawa mo na yun. Your distance
Siguro, ewan ko.
Parang ninja.
I know. Parang,
Uy, so ibig sabihin nun,
are you with us?
social emotional distance na pala ako noon. Kahit hindi pa kailangan dumistansya ng kusa. Ginagawa ko na pala siya. Pero I think unknowingly, ginagawa ko siya. Hindi ko alam kung siguro may madadiagnose sa akin yung kapag pero I've never been to treatments before when it comes to mental health. So, hindi
It's
ko rin
fun.
alam kung siguro reaction siya or coping or maybe it's diagnosis on its own. Pero ganun yung ginagawa ko sa. Tapos, secondly, so yun yung una. Ikalawa, I eat well. I splurge well sa food. So, physically. Kung para sa akin, masarap siya. Pero, gusto ko healthy.
Yun ang wala
Para
sa
sa akin,
akin.
kunyari,
I
healthy.
splurge but
Oh.
wala akong concept ng healthy. Basta gusto ko kainin ko.
Salad hapunan namin mamaya, just so that you know.
Ew.
Ganon din naman ako. Parang tipong kung anong gusto ko, kakainin ko. Pero talagang naglalaban
It
sa
has to
isip
be
ko.
healthy.
Oo, parang kaya kong bumili ng takeout pero healthy ba siya or how will I feel after I eat? So, minsan nag-overthink ako. So, yun yung ginagawa ko. Pero I eat well. Yun yung inaalagaan ko rin yung sarili ko. I need to eat well. Hindi ako nagtitipid pagdating sa pagkain. Pag alam kong kaya kong gastusan siya, bibiling ko siya kasi if it helps me feel well, I will eat it.
Can I just say, alam mo, magkakasundo kayo ng mom ko kasi sinasabi ng mom ko, magtipid na siya sa ibang areas ng lifestyle namin as a family pero never niyang titipirin yung pagkain kahit anong mangyari.
Same. Yun yung prinsipyo ko sa buhay. Unless wala akong pamatitipid kasi may times na wala akong pera talaga. Wala akong choice.
Well, syempre depende sa budget. Depende sa budget mo din, of course. Pero hindi yung upbringing sa akin ng family ko na parang tipirin mo na lahat, wag ka lang, so syempre pag survival mode, wag ka lang magugutom.
Okay.
Totoo.
Gawin mo na lahat, wag ka lang magpapagutom. Tapos finally, sa akin, I usually take down notes kapag may narinig ako mga positive thoughts or mahilig kasi ako makinig sa podcast or mga nagbabasa ako ng libro. It's either tinatype ko siya sa phone ko or sinusulat ko siya sa notebook. So, pag how I take care of myself, binabasa ko ulit siya or tinitingnan ko siya paulit-ulit na parang inisip ko na yung collection ko ng mga positive notes sa buhay, parang applicable ba siya today or it will help me feel good? Pero paulit-ulit ko siya binabasa. Nandun lang siya yung collection na yun. So, karamihan nasa phone ko eh. So, it helps me na parang when I'm feeling down or on a general day na kapag I need something na to pick me up, babasahin ko lang siya. Tapos, it helps naman. It works. That and aside, so physically exercise, running din ako. So, mahilig din ako sa exercise. So, yun yung mga ginagawa kong ways para take care of myself.
Bumili ka na rin ng bike.
So, mabilisan lang. Gear acquisition syndrome. Bumili ako ng bagong phone. Yung AirPods.
Nako, yung
AirPods na rin.
Di ba alam niyo na kung gano'n ko
Ilang
katagal?
buwan na yan
So, feeling ko papunta na ako doon sa gear acquisition syndrome.
Good luck. We'll support you.
Yeah. Mga enablers kami. Anyway, how about you, A?
Okay, matatawa kayo dito kasi may list talaga ako. Talagang pang tita levels. Matatawa talaga kayo. Okay, so, and then mix ko rin yung parang kung may nabago ba like during, kasi I think we did cover this yung nagkaroon tayo nung half episode, di ba? About like nung pandemic. So, I don't think a lot of people around my age do this, pero I'm very particular about my scheduled doctor's visit. So, what that means is that na-inherit ko to sa mom ko, like practice, na parang every year I do annual checkups.
I don't do that.
Yeah. I call my doctor. I schedule like an annual checkup. Kasi for me it's more of like a preventative kasi I might be feeling okay physically baka may nangyayari na pala sa loob ng katawan ko na hindi ko pa alam na hindi necessarily nagre-reflect outside my body. So it's more of like preventative than seeking actual treatment. And as I mentioned earlier, may asthma ako. So regardless of that, I still had to go to the doctor to get my prescription. So sa mga Pinoys, I know like it's so easy to get like salbutamol in the Philippines.
I think it's like over the counter, is it?
Yeah, I think it's OTC. If I'm not mistaken, correct me. May mga pharmacist friends ako na nakikinig ng podcast. So let me know.
Huwag niyo kami ibabash.
Pero hindi. Popromote ko joke. pero dito like siya, like prescription siya. So I can't do my if I need refills, I need to like
Get
go see the doctor. So usually, yung doctor ko super nice kasi she always gives me like extra refills para pag dinala ko yung prescription sa pharmacy, I have like maybe 4 refills para every time na maubusan ako, itatawag ko na lang sa pharmacy. So I don't necessarily have to go each and every time. So that's that. I guess that includes like yung medication na rin. So right now, like meron lang akong tinitake na something for my stomach because I have a condition na I try to monitor with medication and with diet, which is a little bit difficult to manage right now kasi sa COVID. Kasi since I'm working from home, I don't get as much movement as I used to. And like any other desk job, it usually drains you by the end of the day. So like if in as much as gusto ko lumabas, like, I'm just tired. Like, I don't want to do anything after work. I'll just, like, stay sa couch or whatever. And I did get into exercise. I did mention earlier, like, I hate phys ed. Like, I hate moving because of my asthma. But when I started working, kasama sa benefits ko yung gym membership. Kasi may gym kami sa work.
Eh di wow.
So, part siya ng benefits ko. So, one of my coworkers decided to have one of our employees, who is a personal trainer na strength and conditioning coach, do like a ladies only class na strength and conditioning. And that was like the first time like I started doing things. Hindi dahil sa pinilit ako ng mga coworkers ko, but it's more of like, try ko nga, baka may something lang. And it was so bad, like in a way na parang, oh my God, kapagod. Pero you kind of feel nice afterwards. I mean, after 2 days, within the 48 hours, it's like hell, right? Because like you're like lifting like heavy stuff. And I think oh my God, I think 4 years na ako sa work ko. I think I've been doing it for like 3.5. Kaso nagka-pause nga ngayon because of like
COVID. Yeah.
COVID. And I find it really hard to work out nang walang kasama. But at the same time, ayoko makita ko ni Kay na nagwo-workout sa bahay. So it's not like I'm lazy, but it's more of like, if I feel doing it, I'm gonna do it. And if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not gonna force myself because I don't wanna hate working out.
It's like more of a mindset.
Yeah, so it's more of a mindset. So that's that. Other than compared to these 3 hosts, I hate running because again, my lungs are bad. So like whatever, I give up on that one. Other stuff na I used to do and I still do occasionally kapag I feel like doing it. Again, part ng benefits ko yung access sa massage therapist.
Same.
But right now, like again,
hirap
I mean, I think open na ata yung clinic ko ngayon, but I don't wanna
sa akin.
I don't wanna risk that. Merong pedicure place sa tapat ng condo ko na I usually go there. But again, COVID, so I can't really go there. But I know how to clean my toenails. So I do have a small kit na if I feel like, I think it's time to get a pedi, then I'll do it for myself.
Ask Kelvin to do your pedi.
Ha?
Ask Kelvin to do your pedi.
I know. No. And eto medyo interesting to. So, I do like aromatherapy, so I like candles. I like yung diffusers and stuff. Pero I can't really use that all the time kasi may kontrabida dito sa bahay.
Ba yan?
Madami kasing sensory input nalilito yung...
Actually,
yun,
it can be
nagko-conflict
overwhelming.
sa ano niya. So, ayaw niya so, in as much as like, here's the thing, like yung aromatherapy, I like it, but I don't believe in its health properties.
Just like
it
the
just
smell,
feels
probably.
nice when you do it. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, So, hindi ako naniniwala na parang gagaling yung sakit ko or whatever.
Ano ba yun?
Pero
Tuob?
parang, yeah, I don't think it's placebo either, but like, the mere fact na like, say, parang it's a long day at work, or like, say, in the middle of work day, para, oh my God, this is so bad. I'll just open the candle, and like, okay, like,
Yeah, it
I'll
smells
let,
good.
kasi,
Okay
yeah, it
ka
smells
na,
good.
pagkatapos.
Soy wax naman siya, so it's not like dangerous to like your health or anything. So like, and then I let it on for like a couple of hours, and then I turn it off, and that's it. Like, I feel kind of okay. I mean, I'm not like 100% okay, but it kind of felt nice doing that. May mga ganun akong paandar. And the same thing with skincare. I got a little bit more concerned about my skin in my late 20s. So, I actually started buying less makeup. Sometimes I don't even wear makeup at all, like when I go to work. Pero like, medyo nag-rub off to kay Kay na parang we're using lip balms, lalo na pa nagda-dry lips,
Yeah,
ganyan.
pag winter, we have to.
Yeah, hand lotion. Si Kay, he has his own dedicated brush for our Clarisonic. So, isa kami ng Clarisonic
Highly
brush.
recommended.
Uy.
So, highly recommend. So, we use that to kind of like buff
Retail
our
therapy.
skin. It does help. Regalo kasi sa akin ni Kay yung Clarisonic like when I move here in Toronto. And it's really nice na para after work, mag-shower ka, diba? Like, syempre kung nagko-commute ako before, like, syempre yung pollution and everything. Like, I use that sa shower. And it feels nice. And then you put like, hindi yung mga Korean level na parang 12 layers of like, you know, kung ano mang pagganap sa mukha. Like, linisin mo yung mukha mo. Like, if you want a toner, you can toner and then moisturizer and that's it. Wala akong masyadong keme na. And, I mean, ngayong nagka-COVID, medyo nagka-breakout ako ng konti. It's not bad. Pero I guess because of the initial stress na rin, na parang kailangan maka-catch up right away dun sa, sa stress. Pero it's a lot better now. But yeah, yun yung ano ko. And, I kind of learn how to pause. Like, meron akong, I think, I have a feeling na in terms of like yung threshold ng stress, I think, alam ko yung limit ko, na parang, so I kind of learn how to pause, and this is not gonna be the same as like everyone else, pero I think it's very important to know kung ano yung baseline mo and make sure that you're not comparing your baseline to someone else's. So for example, like, ganito lang yung threshold mo for, like, exercise. Like, wag kang magbubuhat ng 30 kung ang kaya mo lang 15. Diba?
Yeah.
Pero, make sure na, like, i-adapt mo yung movement mo dun sa kaya mo, and wag mong ipantay dun sa kaya ng iba, kasi mas malakas sila eh. Kung hindi ka malakas, then you work on it, pero it's gonna be in increments.
Yeah.
And this might offend some people, but I'm gonna say it anyway, cause like, whatever, right? One thing that's kind of contributing to like my overall healthy mental state is that I don't have any kids. So, like, I feel like, and this is because of like awareness of like how my friends that have kids are handling everything, and I don't, and in as much as like children like brings like love and happiness to like my friends and their, family and everything, I don't wanna, hindi doon nanggagaling yung happiness ko. Yung happiness ko is based on like quietness, contentment, na hindi ako nasa stress at the end of the day. So, and that's why for me, it's like a self-made, like, it's a decision that I made, for myself. So, anyway, yun lang. So, wala mo offend. It's not
No, I don't
personal
think
towards
so.
other people. It's just more of like a conscious decision, between myself and my husband. So, anyway, that's it.
Thank you. Ang
Okay,
ganda na
so-
explanation mo. I
yeah.
agree with that.
So,
Kasi diba, like, I mean, again, probably another episode to talk about, pero, like, there are some people na, it's a conscious decision. It's not, so that's why I find na, and medyo segue comment to, that's why I find it to be rude for people to ask na parang kailan kayo magkakaanak, especially if they don't know the circumstances of that individual. Kasi paano kung halimbawa that individual is trying, like
Yeah,
the husband
exactly.
and the wife are trying.
you don't know what those people are going through. That's really
Yeah, and then-
rude, and it's uncalled for. Like,
Yeah,
It's a
and then the
stupid question
comment
to
as
ask.
if like, yeah, and the comment as if like they're implying na parang hindi nag-e-effort yung couple
Yeah.
to like have a child. And in my circumstance, like sa amin ni Kay, like just because like there's just other priorities that we have now, we think na it might not bring it's not gonna define us as a family. So anyway, that's it.
Yeah. I think we also pretty much covered like the changes what we did, the changes that we did during the pandemic, right? What we do to our wellness and our health, our well-being. Probably gonna skip that for now. Do you have any like advice to our listeners when it comes to wellness? Like what do they have to do? Like any suggestions or anything that we can, think we can help them with?
Ako for me, like, it's good na yung, like how yung sinabi ni Phil at the beginning of the show na parang, if you wanna explore different methods in order for you to stay healthy and grounded, then, like, do it. It's good. Pero, you wanna make sure na parang, it works for you and it's
reasonable.
It's reasonable, it's sustainable in the long run. Kasi, kind of tying in dun sa comment ko earlier na parang, kaya ako may negative connotation sa wellness kasi parang laging may gastos na kaakibat din. And I mean, that's fair. Like, if you wanna have a better diet, like, medyo gagastos ka ng konti. Like, at least here sa North America kasi, like, medyo mahal yung ibang types of, like, healthier foods, quote-unquote.
Yep.
Pero, at the end of the day, if it works for you, and if something that kind of grounds you and keeps your body and your soul, mind healthier, then I would say, like, just do it. And like you mentioned ko nga earlier, na parang you need to learn how to pause and learn to define what your baseline is because no one else should be defining it except, like, ikaw lang.
Yeah. Tito Phil?
Parang, lang to, parang mini reminder para sa lahat na.
So, ang target natin dito sa yung mga teenage listeners natin.
Yung mga teenage. Yung
Mga
mga kaedad
12,
ko.
mga 30. 30.
Mga kaedad ko.
13
Or
to
paparating
19.
na sa edad ko. Again, sa 18 years of existence ko dito sa mundo, always try to find balance. Yun lang.
Okay. That's good, yeah. You cannot have like excess of anything because that's gonna be bad, right? I think we all know that. I think I'm gonna go, but for me, just you do you. But when you do it, make sure it's science-based, especially for your wellness. It's your body, right? For me, I'm a big supporter of science. If it's science-backed or it's science-based, then do it. And also, because of science, we know that we have different bodies. So it might work for other people, it might not work for you, and it's okay. You'll find something else. And listen to experts, not false prophets, or again, like me na, I bought a bike a month ago, I'm an expert as a cyclist now. So you're stupid if you believe me. So yun lang. You do you, science-backed information, and be mindful and be reasonable.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go next. For me, advice is be honest to yourself and consult an expert if you need help. And physical activity helps a lot for me. It might help for you, but if it doesn't, it's fine. You just you do you. You just find what works for you. Everyone is different. And again, number one advice, talk to a professional. Never believe everything you see on the internet.
Especially
Facebook. And also, social media and Instagram is bad for your mental health. Because
True, I agree.
nagsiset siya ng yung parang unreasonable standards on yourself.
Expectations,
Yeah. It's like you're not successful if you don't have this. you're not successful if you don't have this, or this is what a perfect life looks like. Like, don't believe that shit. Like, you do you. If you're happy what you're doing, just keep doing it.
Then you're doing it right.
Yeah. So don't be too hard on yourself, especially in these trying times. That's it for me.
Okay, thank you sa sharing natin. Pero pagdating, nabanggit mo yung social medias, Kelvin. So, I think meron isang magandang bagay na may dudulot ng social media.
Ang makinig kayo sa
I-follow
amin.
nila tayo, ang Basecamp Podcast sa... kami.
Before we do that, we're doing... Mag-introduce tayo ng bagong segment sa ating show. Ang tawag doon is Campfire Statements. So, I guess yun yung single sentence na...
I think, yung ba yung
Yung
ginawa
natin
natin kanina?
Hindi
I
pa.
think yun
Ayun,
ata.
I think yung kanina is
Oo.
just like advice. So this one, I think it's more like a catchy phrase. Like
Ang hirap naman yan.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
difficult actually, but
I can try.
we're gonna try.
May isa ko. Meron
Okay.
ba kayong campfire statement? O ako ang
I
pilot.
didn't prepare anything.
Oh.
Ikaw
Okay.
na.
Sige,
Okay,
ako
ikaw muna.
magiging pilot. So, ang campfire statement ko, and I think everyone would agree on this.
No.
Well, you haven't heard it yet. Yeah, so
Oh my God.
ang campfire statement is, it's okay not to be okay as long as you do something about it. I think yun yung sinabi ko kanina na advice. I think this is yung
Mhm.
short, yung keep it short and simple statement, KISS statement. So, yeah, I mentioned kanina na may masamang aspects in social media, pero meron ding mabuting aspects ng social media, kagaya na
Like us.
Did you know
Mhm.
you can actually reach out to us using our social media handle on Instagram, Twitter, and Linktree? What? So, ang handle...
Why are you talking like
Ha?
that? Not
ang handle namin
Tatawa din
is
ako.
at Basecamp Podcast. Ang base is spelled as BAES Camp with a K, KAMP, and then podcast. If you don't know how to spell that, we don't know how you found us on whatever podcast channel
Platform, yeah.
that you found us in. But yeah, same spelling, Basecamp Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, Linktree. Feel free to tag us so we can repost. Maybe may advice kayo na may share sa amin. And again, we're not experts here, so we're always looking to learn and get more information. So
Yeah.
kung maybe merong kayong topics na gusto nyo naming
Yeah.
explore, or merong kayong gustong i-add, or nag-agree kayo sa sinasabi namin, just let us know. And anyway, you can't disagree with us. We're the experts. No, joke lang. You can disagree with us, and then we can discuss it in the
Block you.
We can we can block you, or we can discuss it in the next episode. You can also email us for questions, feedback, stories. Kung gusto nyo na medyo private, you can send us your stories at basecamppodcast@gmail.com. So, same thing as with our handle dun sa Instagram, Twitter, Linktree, but you add at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Okay? Who's gonna talk about our next episode?
Ikaw, pero before we transition to what our next episode would be for next month, earlier, I guess, I don't know, 2 weeks ago maybe, before we actually started recording, we posted something on our social media, and asked our listeners how you guys take care of yourselves. So we got a few comments, na receive namin, and then some were like messaged privately. So these are just some of what you guys have mentioned, na how you guys take care of yourselves. So someone said na I bought a smartwatch to monitor my heart rate and sleep because of stress at work. I do massage because I have back issues, and then I like to eat. For mental health, I like cooking and home improvement activity lately kasi ngayong pandemic, kasi work from home daw siya.
I actually thought all of these things are you.
No, that's not me. And then the other one, I guess how I worded it on our show outline. Someone also sent a message saying na she is a new mom, and
Nice.
because she's breastfeeding, she's been doing a lot of eating, mostly to replenish calories
breast milk
daw,
then,
but
okay.
sometimes she also stress eats.
That's fine.
So that's
Sometimes it's okay.
Yeah,
I think.
and then yung last comment natin for yung mga nag-share is that meron siyang me time. So para sa mga me time niya, I guess this is pre-COVID, pasok sa banga ang facial, spa at salon. Pero meron siyang shinare na she always wakes up early, not necessarily yung tulad nung dati niyang practice na nagwe-wake up siya ng early kasi nagpe-prepare siya ng baon for everyone in the family. But she wakes up early daw ngayon for a quiet time habang hindi pa raw gising yung mga tao. And also to kind of have a space before everyone else wakes up, as well as part of her daily devotion. Meron siyang current na project ngayon na I think very similar doon sa binanggit ni Phil kanina na tinawag niyang Happiness Project. So, basically, ang ginagawa niya raw is that para siyang may bucket list of sorts where may mga nililista siyang mga small things or big things na masaya siya na nakakamit niya. Mga simple joys, kumbaga. And then also, she does gardening din daw. So that's that. Anyway, thank you guys for sharing those ways how you guys take care of yourselves. And as I mentioned, babalik ko kay Kelvin kasi he's gonna introduce our episode for next month.
Yes. So since school is about to start, we will have another episode under our nostalgia mini-series in which we will talk about first day high. Yung memories namin nung preparing to go back to school, as well as the actual first day or first week na nasa school tayo. So, are we just doing elementary, high school, university, or all of the above?
All of
Lahat.
the above.
All
Kahit
of the
yung
above.
experiences
All of the
natin
above.
recently going to school here.
Oh, actually, yeah. And dahil kami ni A, nag-school kami rito, and we have experiences going to school in the Philippines and in Canada, I'm sure we'll have some interesting comparisons. So,
Yay.
Pagko-compare natin yung quality ng papel
yeah.
na binibili natin bago magpasok.
Oh yeah, yung kinakain ko na papel.
Tsaka kung anong dapat brand ng crayon sa bibiling.
So guys, make sure you catch us on our next episode, okay? So again, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!
Thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.